Here's my Audi A8 D2, 251,000 miles. Finally, time for a radiator. But you gotta tear the whole front end apart. Move the bumper out of the way. These brackets here, see where the screw is? It attaches to the radiator. So this, see, this moves, so the condenser and radiator are together, and you have to slide them this way to take this out. There's screws under there. Well, let me show you where the screws are. Here's the I got this from Nissan's. It was with shipping tax $400, but this is the engine side. Let's look at the back side. So there's the two screws, two brackets. I'm going to straighten this up. No big deal, I guess, but it shouldn't have been that way. So that's what the back side looks like. My tank broke right here. I tried to pinch it to close this shut, but it won't. It's old. It's old and tired. Can't complain too much, but let's see what this is going to take to separate this. So this has a, I forget what warranty it had. It did, I think it was 2 years. So let's see what we're in for. All right, so here's what you have to take out to have access to the radiator. See, the radiator, here's your condenser, here's your radiator. The radiator has to come out this way. It cannot go out that way, even if you remove the two fans, because this is wrapped around the top of the radiator where my fingers are here. So that's what's holding it in place. It cannot go that way, so it must come this way. So taking the two headlights out, there's only two screws down at the bottom of the headlight, and these two screws right here. It comes out real easy. Disconnect this. These sit right here, and they're very simple to take out. There's two. There's one there, one there. There's a right and a left. That'll expose two screws. And there's these two screws here, these two screws here. This condenser is going to pivot out this way. That'll give you access to the radiator to pop it out. There's two big bolts right here. This goes under this goes right here. You do not have to take the absorbers out. This goes right here. So the bumper comes out. All right. So I took the rear valance out separate from the bumper, and which is easy. There's only two screws right there on the corner. This one right here and this one right here. And then there's clips that mount. These clips up here, they slide into the bumper. They slide into the bumper right here on top. Real easy. So there's my bumper. And there's just two screws. There's one right about here, one right about here. Very simple. Right here. Very simple to take out. All right, let's get this radiator out of the way. This is the bottom right driver's side corner where the drain fluid is, and very simple to just put a big Phillips on there and turn this slowly. That is actually pink. Doesn't look like it, but it is. You can use the Pentacin is expensive as hell, the pink one, but you can use Xerox. They make a compatible, I think it's G something, G40 Penta or Xerox pink, and it's compatible with Pentacin, so you can mix it, but it is a fraction of the cost. And it's 9 liters, the coolant capacity. And I'm putting a new expansion tank. This one has been in there a while. Never overheated, but this has the coolant level sensor down here. You might as well. A lot of miles on this engine, but it's been a great car. Never done anything major to it. Well, just one time I did the what is it, a cam 10 sensor cam something here. What the hell was it? It was knocking bad. It was right here, but that was it. A friend of mine did it, and I couldn't do it. My left hand was screwed up. Anyway, so here's the last piece to the puzzle. These two, this is left, that's right. These go right here. And once you release that, one on the left, one on the right, there's the drain. This star here torques, holds this bracket in place. That goes inside there, and the screw is right there. This one goes there, so you have to take this out. This is the final piece that locks the radiator in place. So there's no way you can take this radiator out going that way and up. It's got to come out. So I'll put these here. I've already drained all the fluid, and this should be loose. Should be. There it is. No, that's the condenser. Let's move the radiator. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so it's out. Let me move it out completely. And you have to swing out the condenser. The high pressure lines are flexible, so you have to support it with something. Let me do that real quick. You don't have to take the headlight out, but I tell you what, it's a whole lot easier with the headlight out. I'm glad I did. You've got these 3 oil lines right here, and you have to pop this bracket out. This goes into the cooler, or the cooling side of the radiator, and you might as well change the O-ring that is right there. Change the O-ring, and down below there's another one exactly right here. It's already drained out. Change that O-ring while you're at it. And now let me go over here so you can see. The good thing about having the new one on hand, you can see exactly. So the 2 lines I just showed you, bottom line, top line, bracket support, bracket support. Let's see what this one's for in the middle. I didn't see mine there. Oh yeah, there it is. Let me go down. It's this line here, right there, that screw right there. It's just the support to hold it to the radiator. Let me take this out, and we are done. We're going to pull out. Once releasing the 3 screws Not these, they're on the other side. This is just to show you more or less where they are. This one here, but on that side. The coolant line, the one right there, and that one right there. That will free up the unit to come out. There it is. This has been such a good car. I have driven the hell out of this thing. Well taken care of though. The best gas, Lucas fuel treatment, and Mobil 1. I've never tried Royal Purple, but it's been a great car. I'm going to drive it till it dies. There's one more sensor. If you can see it there with the green connector. I have to squeeze it out some more. It looks like it has a wire connector going to it, so hopefully, there it is. Oh, it just unplugs. Okay. Alright, I got that green connector out, which actually popped out real easy. And here's a good visual on all the connections. And considering how many miles I have on this engine, this is not as dirty as I thought it would be. All that dirt is Death Valley dirt. But here's all my connections. I was leaking right here from the tank. I tried to squeeze it together, but couldn't do it. So here's a side-by-side. And when you buy your new one, this will come plugged in, but that's where this one goes. So you take this out and just swap it over. I've already put my, let me stand this up. So I put my screws right back where they all go. Don't lose them. You know where they are. The brackets, the rubbers, screws on the bottom. Everything will go right back in the way it was. It's actually pretty easy. It wasn't hard at all. It took a little longer just jacking it up and taking the bottom part of the bumper out. But let me put that. Now I'm going to go buy that sensor. I forgot, so I'll finish this up tomorrow. All right, this is the next day. I cleaned this up quite a bit. Best I could with the shop vac, and I mean there's only so much you can do, but I've got a new sensor down there. I'm not going to take these caps off till I pop it through the hole, because you will get stuff in the line if you do. I need two hands because I need to pop the clip back in down there, so hang on tight. Here's a line pop through the protector, but you want that on there because when you push it in, a lot of debris and stuff from this old faded sponge, you don't want it inside there. So now that it's pushed through, you can position it properly right there. Clean. I got to get my O-rings out. I bought them new. Clean this up real nice and stick it in the hole. Start putting it back together. I've got that cleaned now, so I could take the rubber boot out. That will come out very easily. That protects, doesn't from anything going inside. I've got my new O-ring in. I'm going to take this screw out and pop this in its place. You can do both at the same time, so don't tighten this one up. Just give it a couple of turns to keep it in place. And then you have to go from the underside, do the bottom one, and then the support nut, the lock nut that is right there. you need to take out these three supports, these three rubber supports. They come out real easy. This one, two in each corner, and this is up in the corner on the left-hand corner, right there. This goes right there. You gotta take these out. They unscrew real easy, but very important. These two supports here, the rubber support that come out of the bottom from the old one. Attach these, this one, before you attach the lines. Your power steering, your cooling lines, you will not get it in beforehand. If you do this first, you're not going to be able to push the this metal pipe. This metal line here is going to prevent the radiator from going forward, and you will not clear enough space to connect the bolt or the nut at the bottom of the rubber bushing. So do these first, and then once you install the radiator and you pop it in, just stand it up. Then you can start securing everything else. These here too. This one, there's another rubber bushing. It's on the other side of this. It looks like this, but a lot smaller, but it's on the back side of the radiator. You have to do that also. Get close. It's not as bad as it looks. This here closes up the front end. It just slips right. See these lips here? They just slide in, and that will align, and that's it. So there's a radiator line below this, radiator line right there, your cooling lines right here, and the sensor that was back here, and that is pretty much it. There's this is really not that difficult. I had to stop because the rain got me, and I'm right next to edge of my carport, so I would have been finished a long time ago. But it's really not that hard. No special tools needed. Just a little bit of patience. This side's already in, and these two lines here are going right here. Take a picture when you remove them so you know which one goes up, which one goes down. And there's a third one. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Okay, I just can't see it. That's it. So it's right there. See it? Right there. So there's three lines. Take a picture of them so you know which one's which. You don't have to take out the bottom valance when you remove the bumper. I did on mine because the bumper's in excellent shape, but the bottom's not. It was cracked. So I'm putting another one on there. I bought a used one, very, very good condition one. So I'm going to put the new one on the bumper first, and then put the bumper on, because these two, there's a screw right here and screw right here. This one, they're a little pain in the ass. Everything else pops in. It just slides right in. But so you do not have to take this out when you remove your bumper. I just did it because I knew I was going to replace this, and it actually was a little bit easier. So that's it. I'm all tied in. Everything's in its place. I'm going to drive it to the car wash, and I'm going to clean this up. There's areas that I can get to now that I can't get to before because of the bumper. This is the headlight cleaner. So this goes into the connection. The opposite connection is in the bumper. Hook up the lights, and that's it. Put a new antifreeze pink. And I'm all set. I got a new cap also. That's not the new cap, but there's a new can. And that's it. This has been such a great car. I'm not going to sell it till it dies. Hit the gas and it still wants to go. This is the only thing that's holding your bumper assembly to the frame of the car. There's one under the left side of the headlight right here and one on the other side, and they just pop right here. You can't put them in wrong because they only go in one spot. And just tighten them up a little bit. It's highly unlikely your bumper's going to be misaligned because the corner of the shocks, those big giant rocket looking things sticking out, they go into a square in the bumper. See, I haven't done anything, and they just fall into place. I'm gonna put new fog lights in, so I'm not gonna put the factory ones back on. They've been acting up, and that's it. Two bolts hold the whole fucking bumper assembly on. Alright, I'm done. I've got this cable to put in, and that's it. I'm done on the bottom. And then the lights, I'll do that right now. I'll show you. There's just two screws. One right here and one on the other side right there. One right here, one right here. This expansion tank, it's just super easy. 3 screws. 1, 2, 3. This hose. And then your main drip line right there. You might as well replace it when you're doing, something like the radiator, because look at the color difference. Just the heat. This one comes with the coolant level sensor. Did not come with a cap. And you can use this brand if you've got some Pentacin in your system, which is super expensive. This is a fraction of the cost and just as good, and it is compatible with Pentacin. Just make sure it's the pink one. They've got different colors, so you're going to need 2.5. This is like 16. I got it for 16 bucks, I think. And this is power steering. I just have this, but this is the brand. This is just as good as Pentacin. Pentacin is German. This is American. Same thing. I'm going to turn it on briefly just to let it circulate and I'll have to add some more coolant. Give you a little tip also. When you're putting this light back on, do not put the socket for the turn signal into the light. Put the light assembly first, and then once it's in place, you can pull this out, squeeze your hand through here, and put the socket in. Put the socket in, it's not going in. Unless you're better than I am. We're all set. Everything is back in its place. I'm going to add this just a tiny bit. It's already been sitting. I drove it. I've not driven. I'm going to drive it right now. But I idled it, and I'm going to add just above the minimum line is right there. I may leave it like that. See what how much it will increase or rise with the temperature.